48 hours without eating. For most people, that sounds like torture. But for your body, it's actually a massive opportunity. Picture this. You wake up tomorrow morning, you skip breakfast, then lunch, then dinner. The hours tick by. 12 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours. And all the while, invisible to your eyes, a silent transformation is taking place. Your cells activate recycling programs that have been dormant for millennia. Your brain switches to an alternative energy system. Your hormones reorganize. Between 24 and 48 hours, your body starts recycling certain immune cells and stimulating the production of new ones. No medication, no pills, just your body doing exactly what it was programmed to do. Over 200,000 years of human survival. But here are the real questions. What actually happens in your body, hour by hour? What precise biological mechanisms kick in? And most importantly, is it safe? Because fasting isn't just skipping a meal out of laziness, it's triggering a metabolic cascade that your body knows intimately. But modern science is only beginning to map out precisely. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what happens at hour 4, hour 12, hour 24, and hour 48 after your last meal. No vague theories. Concrete, biological mechanisms, backed by studies, documented by researchers. If this scientific approach resonates with you, drop a like and a boost to help the algorithm share this info with others. Now let's dive into the details. Hour by hour. Hour 0 to 4, the postprandial state. You just finished your meal, your plate is empty, your stomach is full, and inside you, organized chaos is underway. Your intestines break down food into molecules, glucose crosses the intestinal wall and floods your bloodstream. Within minutes, your blood sugar can spike as high as 140 milligrams per deciliter if the meal was carb-heavy. Your pancreas detects the rise. It responds instantly by releasing insulin, that metabolic conductor hormone. It signals to your cells, glucose available, open the doors. Your muscles soak up what they can. Your liver stores the excess as glycogen, those long chains of glucose that serve as an energy reserve, and whatever's left, straight to your adipocytes, your fat cells. This is the anabolic state, building, growing, storing. During these first hours, your body isn't doing anything extraordinary, it's just doing what it's done millions of times, handling abundance. But abundance never lasts forever. Hour 4 to 8. The shift. 4 hours have passed. Your meal is a distant memory. Your insulin levels start to drop, slowly, gradually. Your blood no longer has enough fresh glucose to keep insulin elevated, and when insulin drops, everything changes. Your body asks itself a fundamental question. Where's the energy coming from now? The answer is simple. From your reserves. Your liver starts breaking down the glycogen stored just hours earlier. Each glycogen molecule breaks apart, releasing glucose into your blood. It's like withdrawing money from a savings account. You're using what you set aside. But here's the thing, those reserves aren't infinite. Your liver can store about 100 to 120 grams of glycogen. Your muscles store around 400 to 500 grams, but that stays local. It can't be released into the blood. You're not yet in deep fasting. You're in transition. The engine is shifting gears. Millennia-old mechanisms are gearing up, and something else is starting to happen subtly. Hour 8 to 12. Metabolic awakening. So, from about 8 hours without food, your body has used up a large part of its easily accessible glucose. Insulin reaches very low levels, sometimes the lowest of the day, and that's when a metabolic switch starts flipping. Your fat cells detect the drop in insulin. They get the signal. No more easy glucose. Time to change plans. Lipolysis kicks in. Basically, it's the process where your body starts breaking down stored fat into small energy molecules. Fatty acids. It's kind of like opening a safe where your body kept reserve fuel. Now it's tapping into it. Your adipocytes begin releasing fatty acids into your blood. These molecules, sometimes stored for years, enter circulation. They travel to your muscles, heart, organs. Anything that can burn fat starts doing so. And honestly, this isn't just about weight loss. It's a fundamental metabolic shift. You go from use what's coming in mode to use what's already there mode. From storage to release, from building to cleaning, and this is exactly where things get really fascinating. Hour 12 to 16. Entry into ketosis. From 12 hours of fasting, your liver has almost emptied its glycogen reserves, maybe 20 to 30 grams left, not enough to fuel your brain, which alone consumes about 120 grams of glucose per day. But your body has planned for this since, well, the dawn of time. It activates Plan B, ketogenesis. Your liver takes the circulating fatty acids and turns them into ketones. More precisely, beta-hydroxybutyrate, acetoacetate, and acetone. These are molecules your brain can use as fuel instead of glucose. Ketones? They're not second-rate fuel, they're premium fuel, more stable than glucose, more efficient, cleaner. Studies show that at this stage many people report increased mental clarity, better focus, a sense of cognitive lightness. It's like a fog has lifted, but you know, something much deeper is happening too. Hour 14 to 18, cellular cleanup. Between 14 and 18 hours of fasting, an extraordinary process begins to kick in. Autophagy, from Greek auto meaning self, and phagein meaning to eat, literally, self-eating. But don't worry, your cells aren't destroying themselves, they're recycling. Here's how it works. Every cell in your body accumulates waste, misfolded proteins, damaged organelles, defective mitochondria, toxic aggregates. It's normal, it's just the cost of running 24/7 for years. When you eat constantly, your cells don't have the time or resources for a deep clean. They're busy processing incoming nutrients, building new structures, growing. But when you fast, with low insulin and rising ketones, a signal fires. Time to clean house. Your cells form structures called autophagosomes, little bubbles that engulf defective components. These bubbles then fuse with lysosomes containing digestive enzymes. The components are broken down. Useful materials are recycled. It's your body's most powerful internal cleaning system, and it only activates deeply when you fast. Dr. Yoshinori Osumi won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 2016 for discovering the molecular mechanisms of autophagy. This isn't folklore, it's not New Age, it's top-level validated science. Hours 16 to 20, hormonal optimization. At this point, your body enters full optimization mode. Studies show that growth hormone can rise sharply during fasting, sometimes by 300 to 500%. But you know, these numbers vary by individual and experimental conditions. What's certain is that your body seeks to preserve muscle mass. Why? Because your body wants to protect your muscle mass. Growth hormone preserves structural proteins, promotes fat burning, and helps maintain lean mass while you fast. It's really a brilliant adaptation. In nature, when food is scarce, you need to stay strong and mobile to find it, not weak and atrophied. At the same time, norepinephrine rises. That's your wakefulness focus and alertness hormone. Your body makes you more alert, sharper, more performant. Once again, it makes evolutionary sense. When you're hungry, you need to be mentally sharp to hunt, search, find food. And all this time, your fat cells keep releasing energy. Contrary to popular belief, your metabolism doesn't drop right away. Some studies even show a slight temporary increase in the first 48 to 72 hours. But beware, this varies by individual, and for some, it may stay stable or drop slightly. You're not in survival mode. You're in optimization mode. Hour 20 to 24. The transformation threshold. 20 hours. You're approaching a full day without food. Your liver glycogen is now completely depleted. You're running 100% on fat and ketones. Your brain has switched. It's now using about 60 to 70% ketones for energy. And it loves it. Ketones cross the blood-brain barrier more efficiently than glucose. They produce less oxidative stress. They generate more ATP, your cellular energy currency, per molecule of oxygen consumed. Result: a brain that functions more stably, more clearly, more efficiently. But that's not all. Systemic inflammation starts to decrease. Markers like C-reactive protein drop. Your joints, blood vessels, brain, everything benefits from this reduced inflammation. A study published in Cell showed that fasting can significantly reduce pro-inflammatory cytokines in just 24 hours. Hour 24 to 36, immune system renewal. So, 24 hours, a full day. This is where, honestly, something extraordinary happens with your immune system. When you fast beyond 24 hours, your body actually starts recycling old, inefficient immune cells. Aged, tired white blood cells that no longer respond well to threats. Your body eliminates them. At the same time, It stimulates the production of new hematopoietic stem cells in your bone marrow. These cells will generate new, white blood cells. Younger, more reactive, more effective. It's literally a regeneration of your defense system. A study led by Dr. Walter Longo at the University of Southern California showed that prolonged fasting cycles can reboot the immune system, especially in people whose immune cells were damaged by chemotherapy. Meanwhile, autophagy continues at full throttle. Your cells are recycling machines, defective proteins, damaged organelles, metabolic waste, everything gets broken down and reused. Hour 36 to 48. Peak regeneration. Between 36 and 48 hours, you reach what many consider the peak of autophagy. Your cells are now in maximum cleaning and regeneration mode. Misfolded proteins that can accumulate and contribute to neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. They're targeted and degraded. Defective mitochondria, those tiny power plants in your cells that, when dysfunctional, produce free radicals and accelerate aging. They're eliminated and replaced with new, more efficient ones. This is called metaphagy, the specific recycling of mitochondria. At the same time, something else is happening in your brain. Your production of BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor, increases. BDNF is like fertilizer for your brain. It promotes neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections. It supports the survival of existing neurons and encourages the growth of new neurons and synapses. In animals, we observe increased BDNF and stimulated neurogenesis, especially in the hippocampus. In humans, data is more limited, but similar mechanisms are likely. So, it's a promising hypothesis, still under study. At 48 hours, you're at the peak of a metabolic process your body has perfected over millennia of evolution. But, caution, not everyone should go this far. Let's be very clear about one thing. Prolonged fasting is a powerful tool, and, like any powerful tool, it can be misused. There are people for whom a 48-hour fast is not recommended, or even dangerous. If you're pregnant or breastfeeding, your body has increased nutritional needs. If you have an eating disorder or a history of anorexia or bulimia, fasting can trigger problematic behaviors. If you have type 1 diabetes, the risk of severe hypoglycemia is real. If you take certain medications that must be taken with food, if you're a minor and still growing, if you're underweight or malnourished, even if you're healthy, possible side effects include fatigue, irritability, headaches, difficulty concentrating, especially the first times, sleep disturbances, sensitivity to cold. Hydration is absolutely crucial. You must drink water, lots of water. And for prolonged fasts, electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium are important to avoid cramps and fatigue. And here's the most important rule. Listen to your body. If you feel really bad, if you have severe dizziness, heart palpitations, mental confusion, chest pain, stop immediately and see a doctor. Fasting isn't a competition. It's not a test of willpower. It's a metabolic tool that must be used intelligently, progressively, and according to your personal situation. Start small. Try 12 hours, then 16 hours, then maybe 24 hours. Let your body adapt. Observe how you feel. Adjust. And if you have any doubt, consult a healthcare professional who understands fasting and can guide you based on your personal medical history. So, what did we learn today? That your body is an extraordinary metabolic machine, capable of switching from abundance and growth mode to cleaning and regeneration mode simply by responding to the absence of food. That autophagy isn't a mystical concept, but a fundamental biological process, proven, documented, and so important it earned its discoverer a Nobel Prize. That fasting isn't a punishment or deprivation, but an opportunity to let your body activate ancient metabolic programs tested by millions of years of evolution. The timeline is clear: 0 to 12 hours, gradual transition from glucose to fat, glycogen depletion, start of lipolysis, 12 to 24 hours, entry into ketosis, significant autophagy activation, growth hormone increase, increased mental clarity, 24 to 48 hours, maximum autophagy, immune system regeneration, BDNF production, mitochondrial recycling, reduction in systemic inflammation. But remember, these benefits don't come without considerations. Prolonged fasting isn't for everyone. It must be practiced thoughtfully, progressively, and ideally with medical guidance if you have pre-existing health conditions. The question now is, what are you going to do with this information? You can keep eating every 2 to 3 hours out of habit, or you can experiment, cautiously, by giving your body the metabolic space to activate these cleaning and regeneration processes. The choice is yours. If this video brought you value, if it changed your understanding of fasting, drop a like. It really helps the algorithm share this content with others who could benefit. Tell me in the comments, have you ever tried intermittent or prolonged fasting? What was your experience? What effects did you feel? What hour are you currently at in your own metabolic timeline? Subscribe if you want more science-based content to optimize your health. Share this video with someone who might be interested in understanding what's really happening in their body. See you next time, and take care of yourself with intelligence and discernment.